What's going on, guys? So we got some things cooking here. Got a tool bag because we're going to do some pretty big repairs on Worthless. As far as Ruthless here, you know, we got the front end done 2 weeks ago. Can't afford to really work on it anymore. So we are going to be taking a little bit of a break on it. Trying to get some things paid down, get everything figured out on that, and try and get ahead a little bit before we dump any more money into a car. And as I'm saying that, we're going to dump some into this. But no, really the only thing that we got to do on this is I'm going to strip it down on the engine side, and we're going to take the heads off because we have had an overheating problem with this engine since we put it in. It's always gotten hot after running for about 10 minutes. And before you guys throw any ideas out there, you know, I have put 3 water pumps on it. I've put 4 thermostats in it, all different temperatures. I've actually gutted one, put that in there, and still just to slow down the water, give it a little bit of time to cool down in the radiator. Water pumps, they're going the right direction. The timing has been checked a dozen times. I got the air out of it, you know. I mean, the engine sits higher than the radiator, so that's actually why I added this right here, is because I can turn this and bleed that off and get the air pocket out. We've done that. I've done every single possible thing that I know of to fix this, except change the radiator and change the head gaskets. Now, with the radiator, you know, I mean, I've seen smaller radiators run on these small blocks and even big blocks, and they stay cool. I got a very good electric fan on it. It's going the right direction. It's keeping everything cool like it should. Except one of the bigger things is why I think it's a head gasket is because I've been told that you can put this tool on there and it'll change colors, blah, blah, blah. I've used one before, but I can't do it on this just for the simple fact that whenever this thing starts, it already tries to push water out of the reservoir and the cap of the radiator. So I can't be watching for bubbles. I can't put that tool on there because it's just going to fill it up. So the oil is not milky and the coolant is not milky. What I think is happening is I think we're getting exhaust gases into the coolant, and I think that's kind of pressuring it up, and then it's creating an air pocket, or it's basically blowing hot ass air into the coolant system, and that's what's making it hot. So we're going to take this engine apart, and we're going to take the heads off, and we're going to look over them from top to bottom and make sure that nothing is screwed up on the heads, such as a cracked head. And we'll take a look at the head gaskets. This engine came out of a derby car, so I know they got pretty warm, and there is a chance it did something to that surface or the head gasket. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to tear it apart and we're going to find out. Anyways, so that's kind of the plan right now. Take a break from Ruthless, focus more on Worthless, because I really want to drive this thing around. And I can't take it on a trip more than probably 15 minutes because it gets too hot. So once we get that figured out, I'll take it on a road trip. You know, I mean, I think it'd be fun to drive it to car shows. And I hate being that trailer queen. I hate being on the trailer. So we're going to try and get away from that. So the idea is we're going to tear this sucker apart today, and we're going to assess the damage. So anyways, we're going to get to it. know, it's pretty neat not having this whole fender situation and just small engine bay in the way, because I can do crap like this and super easy. I got maybe 15-20 minutes in this whole deal, and I got all this basically torn apart. Next part, what we need to do though is we need to loosen these rocker arms, move them to the side a little bit, and get these push rods out of the way. I'm not too worried about numbering these whatsoever, because they should be all the same length. If they're mixed up, then something was definitely wrong whenever it got assembled. But they should be the same length, so I'm not going to worry about numbering them or doing any of that. We will check and see if they're straight. But as far as the rocker arms, instead of taking them all the way off, we're just going to loosen them, and they will move to the side. And then we will start getting the head bolts and pop the heads off. So yeah, give you guys a little update. And by the way, everything looks very clean in here. There ain't no crud, there ain't no nothing. That's just silicone. So yeah, this is a healthy engine. It's really been going good, except the overheating part. Anyways. All the head bolts are out. Next step is just yank this sucker off, see how much we have wrong. Okay, trying to find a good spot to hang on to her here. Well, man, that is pretty. Okay, so I move this onto the deal there. Okay. Man, that looks really, really good. Cylinders do. I don't know about that gasket. We need to take a gander at them here though. Look for any kind of immediate signs of something jacked up. So pop this head off. Okay. Let's see. Do we have anything immediate? This is the driver's side. What we're going to be looking for is basically any type of just cracking or anything like that. Definitely use some bigger valves. I'm not seeing anything, guys. That's the driver's side head. I had to turn the camera off. I mean, just really look at these because I ain't seen crap. You know, I mean, usually, so right here, you're going to have some cracking here. Or right there. That's actually just a scratch. It's not a crack, so I'm not worried about that. Yeah, so they either have cracking right here and between these real bad, you know, especially right there. That's what I was really concerned about, just for the simple fact, this is your combustion chamber, and that's your coolant chamber. So if this is cracked, it's gonna bleed exhaust gases and everything else into the coolant, which would raise temps. So I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of, it's got me pretty mind boggled right now. I don't know what the issue is. But anyways, so we could use some bigger valves. I will say that these heads could be a lot better. But we're broke, so we're going to use these. Anyways, I'll keep you guys updated. All right. Talk to the engine builder, Dicus, and send him all the pictures. You know, there's only so many things that he can see through pictures. It's easier if he can put his hands on it, but that's not the case on this. A couple hours away from him. So he looked at everything, couldn't really see nothing right off. So I decided we're just going to go ahead and bolt this thing back together. Won't be tonight. Got my little buddy. So we're gonna go inside and we're gonna kind of cool down and play. So I guess we'll mess with this thing whenever we can, but that's where we're at. I'll keep you guys updated. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. Hey, say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys, we're back out here. Got the deck cleaned off. We'll get the heads cleaned up. We'll go ahead and put these gaskets on. Make sure everything does line up. It looks perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and start bolting this thing together. All right, well, we got the heads bolted on. I got them torqued. Started at 35 foot-pounds, went to 50, and then finished off at 65 foot-pounds. And what you want to do whenever you're doing the torque on these, start in the center, you're basically going to spiral all the way out. That way you don't buckle that gasket. It lays out even all the way across the deck. It's kind of the same way with the intake and any other type of gasket that you do. Start in the center, work your way out. So now that all these are in, I'm actually going to go ahead and put the push rods in. We're going to run the overhead, get all that situated where it needs to be, and then start bolting everything back together. I will throw the intake on, distributor, crap like that, and maybe fire this thing up tomorrow. I need to let all the gas kind of sit, and then we'll top it off with some antifreeze. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, everything is together. Just got to tighten up the propane lines there. And I'm gonna get me a smaller clamp for this, that we don't have a bunch of this sticking out, end up cutting me at some point. So other than that, we need to put coolant in it, and we're gonna triple check all the bolts, nuts, everything, make sure that they're good. And then hopefully tomorrow we will fire this thing up and just kind of let it warm up and see what happens. So other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. See, I got coolant. Distributor's kind of snug down. I don't have the timing gun or nothing on it yet. I want to get kind of a rough start to see if it's going to start on us. But main thing is see if it's going to blow up or not. I mean, it shouldn't. You know, it might bend a couple push rods, but it is what it is. We'll see. Here we go. Apart. Anything. No popping, no crackling, nothing. Well, I think we're 180 out. That last surge like that kind of acted like the engine wanted to run backwards. So we'll pop the distributor out, turn it around, and see what we got. But I definitely think we're on the backward side. So yeah. Okay. Well, that was a pain in the pecker, but I got it switched. It's always a pain in the butt trying to get that oil pump shaft lined up at the bottom of the distributor. Sometimes they can be a booger. So, anyway, without further ado, let's see what happens. What a bit. Jesus. Now I think we're 180 out. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Hook the power up to it. Should work, but again, I said that the first time. All right, now without trying to blow my eardrums out, give it another shot. try it again. I'm a little lost. There we go. I tell you, there's something up. Now that this puppy is done pissed me off and running decent, I guess I need to put the timing light on it. And double check that. Put this doohickey back on. All right, got everything figured out. The timing was a little off, so we went ahead and put about 13 degrees, 14 degrees timing. And runs good. Took it down the road, very responsive. Does what it needs to do. The only downfall to this whole deal is it still gets pretty hot. So I ran it for probably 5 or 6 minutes. Driving it, idled here for about 5 or 10 minutes. And it's sitting about 200, 205, which is not ideal. That's okay on these newer cars. This older engine, I don't want that. I want it to be cooler. Changed out my 18 PSI cap to a 16 PSI. I don't think it did anything at all, but it's just something to try, just in case that radiator cap wasn't working. And still raises up there in temperature, so it's not ideal. I guess the next step is going to be just throwing a radiator on the front of it, a big old truck radiator, and run it, and we'll see if it stays cool. If it stays cool, then that's ideal. I mean, it's obviously the radiator's problem. It's not big enough. So I'm hoping maybe that'll fix it. If it does, we're going to have to change everything on how it routes, because I don't have enough room in that grill to put a bigger radiator. So we're going to have to figure something out on that part. But hopefully we'll get figured. So, anyways, that's it. I mean, we did quite a bit on it, so I'm going to get cleaned up. Hopefully we can get this thing figured out and actually drive it. I'm sick of hauling it on a trailer. I want to be able to drive it. So, yeah, other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time. Knuckles. Boom, boom.